Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Amber. In today's video, we're going to be going over all of my physical TBR. I have a lot of them and honestly I've lost track of how many there are, and I need to kind of just give myself, I guess, a reality check of stop reading everything that you don't own and get to your physical TBR. Because at this point, I'm guessing somewhere around like 120 to 130 is like my guess on how many books I actually have that I have not read. I have a TBR cart, but honestly, because I have so many, they've overflowed into my actual bookshelves, so they're everywhere. So because we have so many books to get through, I'm not gonna really talk too in depth about any of the books that I pick up. It's just pretty much going to be the name of the book, the author, and the genre. And I'm just gonna kind of go through all the shelves, so they're not gonna be like categorized or anything. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with the like sprayed edges shelf that I have. So the first one is The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew, and this is like a paranormal thriller set in a college. Then we have Heavenbreaker by Sarah Wolf. This is just a fantasy. Next one is Sanctuary of the Shadow by Aurora Asher. Again, another fantasy. Then we have The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. This is one that I've had on my TBR for a very long time. I think this might have been the first Illumicrate book that I got. I don't remember if I said, but fantasy. Then Five Broken Blades by May Corland. Another fantasy. You're gonna find that most of my books on here are fantasy. Bloodguard by CC Robson. This one is set, it's fantasy, but this one has gladiators in it. Then we have The Stars Come Out by Scarlett St. Clair. Another one that's just been on my TBR forever. I think this one's a YA fantasy. It could be adult. I could be lying. It could just be adult. But anyway, fantasy again. Then we have God Killer by Hannah Kaner. Another fantasy again. I've tried picking this book up multiple times. Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Amelie Wenzhou. This one's fantasy. Then we have Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. This one, fantasy again. This one's not even that long. I don't know why I haven't gotten to this one, if we're being honest. I don't know. This shelf, I've read all these ones. The whole Game of Thrones leather-bound set, I found at a garage sale, and so I picked it up. Still have not read any of them. Not one. Also, Fire and Blood, which is the one that is correlates with House of Dragons, the TV show. Still haven't picked that one up either. I do like that edition though, because it has pictures in it. Then we have The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm like 55% of the way through that. I've been slowly reading that. Then we have the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. Also, again, I bought that when I bought The Hobbit. I plan on reading that and then the rest of them. The other two I've already read. Then we have a bunch of mystery thrillers. I picked up, again, these ones at a garage sale. They're all book of the month ones. No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. The First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. She Started It by Sion Gilbert. The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa M. Matlin. Next I'll move into my actual TBR cart that I have. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I just got this one as only my second and last book of the month book. But this one is fantasy. I don't know if this is considered fantasy, but this one has like 3 different time periods of 3 different women. I'm gonna look up what the actual genre of that is. Okay, yeah, so it is considered fantasy. Then I have Silver Elite by Danny Francis, another fantasy. Then we have A Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel L. Jensen. This is the second book in the Saga of the Unfated series. This one is all following Norse mythology. First one was really good. Then we have this Brick, The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Fantasy. Another one that's been on my TBR for who even knows how long at this point. Then we have The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. Fantasy. I have both the Atlas 6 and the Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. Fantasy. There's 3 books in that and a little novella apparently. I didn't know about the novella. Then we have Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. This is a YA fantasy. Then we have The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. Another fantasy. This is the first one in the series. I know nothing about this book. I picked it up solely because I kept seeing a couple other girls talk about how much they liked this book, and I have similar tastes to them, so I just went and bought it. Then we have Ledge by Stacey McEwen, first book in the Glacial Trilogy. Hear really great things about this. I need to get to it. Then we have Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare, fantasy. I have not read any of her other books, and I hear mixed things about this one. So then we have The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. So that one's a mystery thriller. Then we have Gothicana by Runix. This is a dark romance. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I hear nothing but fantastic things about this series. Still haven't read it. Desperately want to. Still haven't read it. Don't remember if I said it, but it's fantasy. Then we have Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Pornick. This is a YA fantasy. I hear mixed things on this. Then we have Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, another YA fantasy. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is sci-fi. Again, I hear nothing but good things about this still. This series terrifies me. Then we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Fantasy set in a college gothic setting, I believe. Don't know if it's considered dark academia or not. A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. Fantasy. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. Another fantasy. Shadow in the Glass by J.J.A. Harwood. Fantasy. This is a Cinderella retelling. I want to say it's like a more gothic retelling, but I'm not positive. Yes, says it straight on the cover. A gothic twist on Cinderella. The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Romance. Broken Blade by Melissa Blair. Fantasy. Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tooley. Fantasy. We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. Fantasy. An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. Fantasy. The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. Fantasy. Malice by John Gwynne. Fantasy. I desperately want to get to this series because there's another YouTuber that I always see talking about this, Sydney, and I'll link her channel down below, but she absolutely loves this series and she talks about how it reminds her of Skyrim, and that's like her favorite video game, I want to say, or like her comfort video game. But I liked Skyrim, but I really love Oblivion. So anything similar to those, right up my alley. Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. College romance. The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. STEM romance. Both It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. Romances. Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. Romance? Toxic romance. The Last Letter by Rebecca Yaros. Sad romance. The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahiran. Fantasy. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just picked this up based on the cover. I don't really know anything about it. Light Lark by Alex Astor. Fantasy. Empire the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. Fantasy. And one that I desperately want to get to. The 13th Child by Aaron A. Craig. This is like a gothic dark fantasy. Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I think this is YA fantasy. The Shadow and Bone trilogy, which is Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, Ruin and Rising, YA fantasy. Then I have the Six of Crows duology, so Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, fantasy. Rogue by Mona Awad, horror. My Darling Dreadful Thing by Johanna Van Veen, another horror. Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, horror. The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chosky, gothic fantasy. Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, gothic fantasy. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan, sad romance. The Only Good Indian, Stephen Graham Jones. This is a horror book. Then we have Immortal Dark by Tygus Grima, fantasy, set in a school with vampires. Then we have the first 4 books in the 3 Dark Crowns series, and this is all by Kendare Blake. So we have 3 Dark Crowns, 1 Dark Throne, 2 Dark Reigns, and 5 Dark Fates. There is a 5th book in here, or a novella, that I don't have. I saw this whole series for sale on Pango Books and decided to buy it because it sounded good. Fantasy. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, fantasy. And then Red Scholar's Wake by Aliette de Bodard. This is a sci-fi. Next, I'll talk about this month's TBR and the books I picked for that. So that's Misery by Stephen King, horror. Reckless by Elsie Silver, cowboy romance. Something in the Wall by Daisy Pierce, mystery thriller horror. Omen of Ice by Jessica Cardo, and this one's fantasy. I think it might be YA. Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer, fantasy. On Wings of Blood by Briar Bolin, fantasy set in a college with vampires. A Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saft. This one's YA fantasy. Alright, now we are talking about all the books that were on that. The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin, fantasy. Jade City by Fonda Lee, fantasy. The Only One Left by Riley Sager, mystery thriller. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, fiction. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagirara. I tried. Fiction, but will rip your heart out and stomp on it from everything that I've seen. Terrified to get to this one. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Historical fiction. This one's set during World War II. Same as this one. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Again, historical fiction. Then I have all 3 books in the All Souls trilogy, and that one is A Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, and The Book of Life. The series is by Deborah Harkness. Fantasy. Then we have The Book of Night by Holly Black. Fantasy. Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. This one's like a gothic fantasy. Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the 5th book in the Chestnut Springs series. Romance. Cowboy romance. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Romance. Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Romance. This is her new release from this year. These next 2 books are ones that I got 7 or 8 years ago. This was back when I was in college and I was just trying to get back into reading again. So these are extremely questionable on if I'll ever even read them. But Church of Marvels by Leslie Perry. Historical fiction. Then we have The Book of Secrets by Elizabeth Joy Arnold. Mystery. The 5-Star Weekend by Ellen Hilderbrand. This is considered romance. Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. Dark romance. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Dark academia. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Fantasy. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Romance. The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. Romance. Lightfall by Ed Crocker. Fantasy. Hooked by Emily McIntyre. This one is fantasy, but it's like all the Disney villains, a retelling for them. But I think they're all set in modern day. Belle Morte by Bella Higgins. Fantasy. The Bone Orchard by Sarah A. Mueller. This is like a gothic fantasy mystery. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Romance. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. Mystery. The Family Across the Street by Nicole Trope. Mystery. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Mystery thriller. Hungerstone by Kat Dune. Fiction. Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. Fantasy. Then I have the first 3 books in the Bridge Kingdom series. And so it's The Bridge Kingdom, The Traitor Queen, and The Inadequate Heir by Daniel L. Jensen. Fantasy. The Blood Beneath the Snow by Alexandra Kennington. Fantasy. A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Leong. Fantasy. Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. Fantasy. Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Fiction. I think it's fiction with magical realism, I want to say. Scythe and Sparrow by Brynne Weaver. This is the 3rd book in the Ruinous Love trilogy. Dark rom-com, I guess you'd call it. Fairytale by Veronica Lancet. Fantasy. I think that one might be gothic fantasy. Purity by Skylar Mason. Not gonna lie, I don't know anything about this book. Again, I bought it solely on the cover. I think it's romance. The Curse of Saints by Kate Dramas. Fantasy. The Song of the Marked by S.M. Gaither. This is book 1 in the Shadow and Crown series, and it is fantasy. House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig. Fantasy. I think this one's more like a gothic fantasy. The Dark King by Gina L. Maxwell. This is like a dark romantasy set in today's world in Vegas. The Wolf by Leo Caryu. I've started this before. This is another one that I got like 7 years ago when I was first trying to get back into reading. Fantasy. Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. Fantasy, but it's Norse mythology. Circe by Madeline Miller. Fantasy. This one's Greek mythology. Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. This is fantasy, but I'm not going to get too far into it. I've picked this up. I have soft DNF'd it. I got like 50% of the way through. It's fantasy, and the main girl ends up in like her favorite book, but she's like the villain to her favorite character. But it's confusing because it's sad, but there's a lot of comedy, and the way it mixes together left me very confused on how I should feel. So I did soft DNF it for the time being because I just was not in the mood. But yeah, interesting one. Fathom Folk by Eliza Chan. Fantasy. Glow by Raven Kennedy. Fantasy. This is the 4th book in the Plated Prisoner Plated Prisoner series. Promises and Pomegranates by Savar Miller. Fantasy set in like today's world with Hades and Persephone. Night of the Witch by Sarah Rosh and Beth Rivas. Fantasy. Okay, so I just got done counting all of those, and I have 146. 146 books. No, 147, because I forgot about Throne of the Gods by Amber Nicole. This is the 2nd book in the Gods and Monsters series, and I'm currently reading this. I am only about 65% of the way through this, so 147. 147 books. I had more than I thought, because my guess was between 120 and 130. I need to get to reading. I need to get to reading. No thank you. On that note, that's all I have for you for this video. I'm gonna go start reading my physical TBR now, because that's rough. That's rough. I need to get it together. And that's what I'm gonna go do. So that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how many books you have on your physical TBR. Because I'm curious, am I like, I know this is like a problem, but I've said this before, I like to think of buying books as one hobby and reading them as a separate. And clearly I am faster at buying them than reading them. I'm gonna go fix that. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a little book stack emoji because that is very fitting for this. But as always, I appreciate you guys so much for sticking around and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!